Hi, this is Miss Diedrich, and this is our contour line unit, video 1, focusing on the definitions for the contour line unit. The first word we're going to look at is line. It is a continuous mark made by a moving point, a pencil, or a pen on a surface. It can be straight, horizontal, curved, dashed. There are a million different ways you can draw a line. So we're going to just draw a few examples here so you get a better idea. There's a curved, there's a dashed, there's a straight line, zigzag. You get the idea. Now you may be like, okay, Miss D, we're in high school. Why is this important? Because lines are used all throughout art, and it's just as a foundational concept, it's important to learn and to be able to understand what exactly the definition means. A contour is an exterior edge of an object. So if I was to say, look at the contour of this pencil, you would just look at the outside edge of the pencil, and that is your contour, okay? So if you put the two definitions together, you get our unit. Contour line, it's an outline, a single line that represents an object. So if I was, for example, if I was to say, draw this control, you wouldn't even focus on all these buttons. All you would do is simply draw the exterior edge of this control. Now, if you're like, okay, really, Miss D, I'm 15 and you're making me do these simple drawings that look like a kindergartner did them. Well, here's some examples of famous artists that have done contour lines. These are 3 different drawings by Matisse and then a couple by Picasso. And then I put on the edge here a couple just so you could see more of what we're going to do. We're going to focus more on the exterior contour, but these are still the contour. You have a contour of your nose, lips, eyes, and hair. But what we are doing in this contour line unit in basic art is just focusing on the exterior edge. Now, the first part of this unit is going to be looking at blind contour drawings. It is a contour line drawing when you only look at your object and not your paper. In the second video, I'll actually be giving you examples on how to do blind contour drawings. Here are a couple just examples right now, finished ones, of different blind contours. If you notice, they're very disproportional, they look very abstract. You can still tell though that these are some hands, I think that's a flower, that kind of looks like a foot, and then a face. So these drawings, just keep this in mind, they're going to look very abstract. I'm really honestly concerned is, are you looking at the curves of an object? So those are some examples of blind contour drawings. A modified contour drawing is, it's similar to blind. Your hand will only move when you look at the object, but you can stop to check your proportion. Here are some examples of some modified. So if you notice, it looks more like a face. It's more in proportion and to scale, okay? That will be on the third video that we do called Modified Contour Drawings, the demo. The last definition you have is proportion. That means the object is drawn to scale and your points match up in relation to each other. Proportion is huge when you're working in art because proportion is what helps it make it look realistic. So here's some other examples of just proportion. So if you take a person, if you didn't know this, well, here's a cool fact, is that a person is actually 7 heads tall, your whole body. Here's just another example. If you can actually tell, this is a skull because the proportion, you got the bones and how everything lines up. On this bottom example, if you look, this is obviously more of a big can, like a coffee can, versus a soup can. And when you draw those, you want to check and match up your points, and it should be in proportion, that this is smaller and then that this is a larger object. If you're drawing people, obviously, unless you're me and kind of short, if you're drawing an adult, the child is not going to be as tall as the adult. So that's another example of how proportion is used. Hopefully these simple definitions will help you, and you can just put them into your sketchbook so you can refer back to them later.